Hey there, welcome to the team. I am so excited to have you part of our amazing team. If you don't know me, my name is Katie and I am your diamond upline or your diamond leader. And I'm just gonna basically make this video for all of our new distributors. So basically it's gonna be about 30 minutes or less. And I'm gonna go over everything that you pretty much know to start and launch your business, how to become successful, in such simple ways, okay? This business, guys, you joined one of the most amazing businesses, in my opinion. It's health and wellness based. So who do you know that could benefit from improving their health or their wellness? Everyone. So you joined an absolutely fantastic business. If you don't know who the CEO is, his name is Mark Pentecost, and he runs it with his family. He has basically built a business that is a billion-dollar business, and it's completely debt-free. So there's absolutely no debt that's gone into the business, and it's so amazing because we're able to change lives because of it. His vision, he's given basically every one of his distributors, and so if you just always remember why you joined, there is always going to be income that can be made with this business. So let's just get into it, okay? So you joined to make an extra income. I'm not sure how much you joined for. I know myself, I joined to just simply make an extra $200. The girl that I joined with was my friend, and I watched her and I thought an extra $200 would help a lot. It would be able to put gas in my car, groceries in the fridge, and more than anything else, that's all I could really think about. I couldn't think about making more than that. I've made substantially more than that. So thankful for that. So remember what it is that you joined for. Is it to be with your kids more, spend more time with them, spend more time with your family? Is it so that you can travel more and get out of the house? Do you want to pay off debt? That's a huge thing, and you're not the only one if that's the case. So whatever your why is, let that be what fuels you every single day. Because what did you do? You joined a company, but you started a business. That business is yours. It is your baby, your responsibility now. And so here is how we're going to take ownership of our business and how we can run it successfully. Okay, so there's 5 things that we do every day. 5 simple things. Don't overcomplicate it, okay? Yes, it's a business, but it's simple because we get to run it off of social media. Those 5 things that we do every single day, no matter what, is message and talk to people, follow up with the people that we message and talk to. We also will be posting to our stories on Instagram or Facebook, whatever your preference is, or both. We'll also post to our feed. And then we're going to enroll customers and distributors or teammates. So those are the 5 things that we do daily, okay? Now, there is a little bit more detail that goes into each one of those. So let's break it down a bit. So you joined the business, but how are you going to start it? Well, you have to get the message out there that you did start your new business. So one way that you can do that is you can create what we call the 100s list. It's a list of 100 people that you personally know. I can think about 100 to 200 people off the top of my head, but when you start putting pen to paper and you write them down, you'll be surprised at who you actually think about. I know there's places that I frequently go, say when I go shopping, when I go to the bank, that there's certain people that I know by name. And so even though I'm not chummy friends with them, those might be people that I still want to write down because those are what we call potentials. Anybody that you talk to is a potential. Whether they in the future become a customer or a distributor, it's a potential. One of my first customers was my mom. It didn't take, I don't know, a week to get her on board. So the 100s list is going to be everybody that you know that would pretty much support you no matter what that you think. Now, there's always going to be people that might be skeptical, that might be hesitant. I mean, let's face it, that's probably how you and I were. I can admit that's how I was, skeptical of the business, and that's why it took me 8 months to join. So long story short, the biggest thing is just to make sure that you talk to everyone. This is a total amazing opportunity. To withhold it is pretty selfish because we have products and that can change people's health and wellness goals, and then we have the opportunity to basically help people financially. So withholding that information is definitely something that I would consider to be selfish. If you're scared, if you're hesitant, if you're nervous, that's normal. That's normal, and it might take a little while for you to be a little bit more comfortable with talking, messaging, posting, and things like that. But as long as you're consistent, you'll get through it. Okay, The next thing we're going to talk about, aside from the messaging, because that's something that we will do daily, and your upline, no matter if it's me or someone else on the team, they will be going over how to message, because what you're going to do is you're going to send your initial messages, basically introducing them to the fact that you started your business. If they respond with good things or they're interested, you'll kind of go from there. So one important thing is make sure that you always take note of who you talk to. You can have a designated notebook that you write people's names down on. That's what I've personally done, and I love that I can just tote my notebook around and I have all the names right there. Super simple to keep up with that. If you're not a notebook person, you can totally use your phone or something else, but whatever you do, don't let anybody fall through the cracks. Big tip there, do not. The reason why is because there's other distributors like me and some others that are very organized and that run their business like it's very serious. So we reach out to everyone, and everyone that we follow up with, we are serious about. So if you let someone fall through the cracks, someone else could potentially get that potential. Okay? So next thing that we're going to talk about is posting to your stories. Posting to your stories, you probably saw the person that you enrolled with posting to their stories constantly. Product post, business post, even personal posts. I myself use it for everything. I post about products, business, personal life, trips, thoughts that I have. I'll just start recording myself in a video. So the story is very good on Instagram as far as getting information out there. People can quickly click through, but if you have something that's eye grabbing, whatever you want to call it, attention grabbing, people are going to want to know what it is that you offer. So that's where I like to use the story portion for product posts, and especially the business. So you could talk about that on there. Then the next thing that you're going to do daily is post to your feed. Now, I don't know if you follow me. If you don't, you should at K Jenica. It sounds funny, but it's my first initial and my middle name. And you'll see, I don't post a bunch of spammy looking things. I post most of the time myself, my husband, my dog, things that I enjoy, trips that I go on, places that I go. And that's just how Instagram should look, in my opinion. If you go to an Instagram and it looks spammy, it's not very attractive. It's not something that you want to look at. And a lot of people may think at this point, early on in the business, should I make a second account? Should I make a business account? I never once have ever created a different account. Did I think about it? A little bit. But when I was told how those accounts end up looking like spam, Instagram actually, there's a thing called an algorithm, and it's basically like the rhythm of how things work on Instagram, and it picks it up as being kind of spammy. So I don't ever want to come across as being like a spam account. I am what I would call like a life coach, a health coach. So I want to be able to help people, and the way that I do that is for them to see who I truly am. So I have my Instagram for personal reasons, and I sprinkle the business in there with it. That's what I would advise you to do. I don't advise you to make your own account unless that is just something that you absolutely have to go with, but I've had such success using my personal account, and I'm not going to change it anytime soon. So posting to your feed, I would definitely recommend you starting with something simple. Tell people why you started this business. Just be honest. Sometimes being super vulnerable and telling your absolute truth can help others relate to you. And that's one of the most powerful things in this business, is having others relate to you. If, say, you're on a health and wellness journey, whether it's you want to lose weight, you want to change your skin, improve your skin, you need energy, whatever the case may be, you're going to be the source of others trusting in you. So the only way that you're going to be able to get your story out there is to tell it. No one else is going to ask you what your story is without you putting the information out there. So the live posts is something that you'll hear often in this business, and it's basically a picture on your feed of you, your family, whatever. But what really speaks volumes is what you put in your caption. Like, why did you join this business? What goals do you have? Where do you want to see yourself 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? All of that is great for feed content, okay? Hope that's all making sense at this point. Now, let's see here. I got my notes so I don't get off course, but I also have kind of back and forth things that I want to touch on. So as far as posting to your feed, posting to your stories, messaging, those are going to be things that you do daily. And I always liken this business to being kind of like a boutique. If you were to go to a boutique on a Sunday and they were closed, that boutique doesn't make business that day. Similar to our business, if we don't post, we're not open for business. People look at our Instagram like they do a boutique door. If it's locked, if the boutique is locked and you can't get in, and if we don't post, people feel like they can't get in, they can't reach us. So that's the importance of posting. I'm going to be honest. I've heard a lot of people in this business say that they don't have time, or maybe they can do it later tonight. Posting is so easy. If you need help with posting, your upline or someone on this team should be able to help you. And that's why we have that team chat, so you guys can obviously ask when you need the help. But it takes no time whatsoever to post. What I also want to advise you do is make sure that things look neat and clean. It doesn't have to be expert 101 photography. Just neat, clean, no spam whatsoever. So that's one tip that I have. If you're closed, if you don't post, if you don't message, you're essentially closed. And we all join to make an income. So why not do something that's income producing, right? The next thing that we do, so one of the 5 things, the 4th thing that we do is we follow up, okay? Big tip here. You'll hear it throughout this company as long as you're in it like myself, and you'll hear it probably on a weekly basis, where the fortune is in the follow-up. Guys, if you're not following up with everyone that you talk to, you will not have signups, you will not have enrollments, and you won't have any potentials. So big tip here, and I hope you're taking notes, is everyone that says that they're interested, I don't care what they're interested in, write it down. That's another reason why notebooks are so advantageous, is because you can have pages and pages worth of potentials. But if you fail to put that person down, they will fall through the cracks and most likely sign up with someone else. And that's what we don't want. So no one gets left behind here. We want to make sure everyone is taken account of, and that you definitely write them down. Another thing, say you have a potential and you've been talking to them for a long time and they're finally ready to enroll, whether it's as a teammate or as a customer, but they're just not ready today. Make sure to get a date when they're ready. Say they're just waiting for their next paycheck. What you want to also do is get in the calendar who that person is, when they want to sign up, and you can even put down the exact time. And this is a part of the business where you have to hold yourself accountable, is you are the one that has to follow up with that person. If someone tells you they're going to follow up with you, or they'll call you, or they'll text you, I'm sorry, but that's just not how it works. You're the one that, it's your paycheck, and it's you that decided to join this business. It was you who most likely messaged that person. So it's also up to you to follow up, okay? And don't view this as something that's annoying or something that's irritating to others. This is a business. How many times do we turn on the television and see these same commercials that we've been seeing for years? McDonald's commercials, Burger King, Walmart, you get the point. Marketing is out there for a reason, because it works. And hello, what is our company called? It works. So everything that we feed into you guys, it works. And trust me when I say, if you don't follow up, someone else will enroll that person. So it doesn't matter if it's family, a stranger, someone you don't know that's just on your Instagram. It's important that you definitely keep up. And follow-ups, I always like to have like kind of a rule of thumb. Like my rule of thumb is, if I don't have someone to follow up with every day, I'm slacking. So that's when you can tell like kind of how to gauge your business. If you don't have someone to follow up with each and every day, you gotta step it up a bit. We'll get into this a little bit more, maybe in another video, but as far as how many people should I message, how many things should I be doing, this, that, and the other, we'll go over that another day, or possibly your upline has either already talked to you about it or will very soon. All right, so we've messaged, we've posted to our stories, we've posted on our feed, we've followed up so many times with people. So whenever you enroll, you are that person's, what I call, consultant. That is your baby bird. The person that you're talking to probably has no clue what the products do, has no clue how the business works. So whatever it is that you've helped them learn up to this point, to the point where they're ready to sign up, is all still your responsibility. So when you are ready to enroll and they are, you can take it into your own hands to help them enroll. And what I mean by that is, there's a website for people to enroll on. You can take it into your own hands and do it for them to make it smooth sail, or you can leave it up to them. So that choice is yours. I've done both ways. I've done it where I've sent them my website and had them sign up themselves. Some people aren't comfortable giving their credit card information and things like that to you. And then there's been some people that would rather me sign them up. So I kind of gauge what I do based on that person. I want them to obviously trust me, and the way that they do that is for me to give them a little bit more of that control, even though in the end we're still controlling the situation, you could say. I have kind of a sore throat, so I brewed some tea before I started the video just to help, because I knew I was going to be talking a lot, just to help coat the throat. So but yeah, so the enrollment part, that's really 100% how we get paid. We don't get paid to essentially, we don't get paid to just message. If that's all we did, let's just say hypothetically, we just messaged and we didn't do anything else, you would not bring in a paycheck. If you only posted and you never messaged and you never followed up and never enrolled anybody, you would not get a paycheck. So ultimately, what I'm telling you right here is how you get a paycheck is whenever you enroll customers and you enroll teammates. That's it. It's that simple. To get to that point, though, you have to do those other things. You have to message, you have to talk, it's kind of like a farmer. You are the farmer, so you're going to be planting the seeds by talking to people. Planting the seeds is also when you post and you show what you have to offer. The follow-up is whenever you start cultivating what you've started producing in them. You're cultivating belief in the product. You're cultivating trust in you. You're cultivating belief in the business. And so whenever it finally comes down to enrolling, you have to make sure that you've followed up and you've been harvesting that person so that eventually there's going to be something to come of it, right? So we want to make sure all that we do is consistent, because if anything drops, that's not good on your end. So make sure that whenever you're doing all of these things, you're always consistent. And just the way to be consistent is just to do the same things every single day. I'm doing the same thing today that I did day one. Nothing's changed. If anything, things have improved to make things easier for us. And so that's what we're here for, is to help you understand how simple it is. Now, will everyone do it? No. Not everyone will do this business. Not everyone believes in themselves enough. Not everyone trusts in this company enough. So the part that comes from you, that responsibility, once again, is going to be from you taking action. Just know that every day you wake up, you're going to have to run your business. You can't call in sick. How much better is it to work from the comfort of your home, which is exactly where I'm at right now, versus having to go to a job when you're not feeling well? I'd much rather be in my house, send messages by being on social media, than have to go to a job. The flip side of my situation right now is not worth me not working my business. All right? So, okay, let me make sure I'm up to date with my notes here. Okay, so we've gone over the basics. You guys know message, posting to stories, posting to your feed, following up, and enrolling customers and teammates, okay? 5 basic things every single day, okay? 5 things. No need to overcomplicate it. I've been asked things before about what filter do you use and how do you go about messaging the right thing? All of that stuff will come with time. You're not supposed to know everything on day one, right? No billionaire became a billionaire overnight or within 24 hours unless it was an insane inheritance. And that's not what this is. Also, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. So it's going to take time to cultivate your business, but it'll be so rewarding when you do. When you get your first customer, your first distributor, you're going to feel on cloud 9. So with that momentum going, you're going to have some goals here, okay? You just signed up, so make sure you're writing all these down, okay? So you can quickly refer back, so you can kind of get the hamster on the wheel and think about what to do. So your first goal is getting 4 customers. And why you need to get that is because you're going to earn a shopping spree when you do that. So the shopping spree is going to be basically on your account that you can use toward any product. You can use it toward anything that you would like. And how cool is it that in your business builder kit, you're getting some of our top selling products. So you're already getting things to try. Maybe you can try those and figure out from there what you want to get next. I'm personally obsessed with our coffee and greens. There's not hardly any week that goes by that I don't have coffee and greens. So I know that I'm going to be reordering that. So when I first started, I didn't know anything about the products, but I did some research. So do that, take accountability, do a little research to find out maybe what products you're going to want. But that's your first goal, is getting 4 customers. How are you going to get those? Going back to at the beginning when we were talking about write down in your 100s list everyone you know, that's how. You're going to be reaching out to everyone that you know and letting them know that you just started your health and wellness business, you've got amazing products, and that you want to offer them a discount for just for an exchange of their review on a product. And that's basically it. So that's how you get your 4 customers, is just talking to people. So your upline, myself, anybody in this team can help you cultivate those type of messages to send out, okay? You can also do this business face-to-face as well. I haven't said that, but you don't have to stick to messaging. If you're a people person, you like to get out there, you can throw parties, you can talk to people, obviously. So that's obviously another way. Another goal in your first 30 days, everyone join to make an income, right? To me, $100 is great from working from your phone, but how cool would it be to make $500? And that is going to be your first goal, is basically going Ruby. Going Ruby is huge because you're making a substantial income just by choosing to work from your phone. Now, that is your goal in your first 30 days. So if write this down, in your eSuite, you are going to be printing out your Ruby chart. If you do not have a printer, and in this business, you'll notice a lot of us, we do not use anything as an excuse. There's no excuse to not do something in this business, because there is a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, okay? And I'm a firm believer in that. So this is what the Ruby chart looks like. It is laminated. It says Ruby at the top. It says average earnings $474 a month. That's on average. What do you need to do that is you need to get 3 friends to join your business. Now, them joining your business means each of them want to make an income. Each of them can be a friend, a sister, a coworker, a schoolmate, a stranger. It doesn't matter. Anybody that you can get to start their business and that you can help start making an income from their phone is going to help you fill your Ruby chart. And you need 3 teammates to do that. So when you have 3 teammates, it's what you're called, you're charted for Ruby. So it's like you're on your way there. So your first goal in getting your first 4 customers, that's going to help you get your shopping spree. The next goal is getting those 3 friends, those whoever's, to join your team so that they can start making an income from their phone. Okay, how exciting. You started to make an income, but right away you can start helping other people too. So let me back up. If you don't have a printer, there is a way for you to get this on your eSuite, and you can trace it, you can draw it out. I don't care how you do it. You just have to have this in front of you at all times. I always have, and these are called charts, I always have my charts out, because what they do is they help you know the direction you're going. So say you fill 1 box and then maybe you don't have the other 2. When you have your chart in front of you, you know where to go next. You know what you need. So we'll get into this again in another video, but this is going to be what you need just starting off, because your first goal in your first 30 days is starting to earn a Ruby income, okay? So that's important. And then the next thing, another goal is to basically every month run your auto shipment. If you don't know what that is, I'm sure you saw it maybe whenever you were first enrolling, is you saw something that came up that said auto shipment. That's basically where you purchase your products every single month. Every auto shipment for every month is ran on the 25th. Okay, you have to basically get your orders in before the 25th, or it basically disqualifies you for that significant auto shipment. And I liken it to this. If you've ever heard of subscription boxes, whether it's BoxyCharm, Ipsy, Fabletics, you name it, it's a subscription box. We essentially have the same thing with our business. So you joined a business, and I believe you have to become a product of the product. How many of you would go and buy Fabletics if you didn't believe that the people that made Fabletics didn't stand behind their product? Same thing here. Not a lot of people can run this business successfully if they don't buy the products, if they don't use them, if they don't use them themselves. So that's huge. And we call it becoming a product of the product because that's essentially you using what you sell, okay? Very important. We offer all kinds of products. Just make sure you find out what things you like. You don't necessarily have to try every single product. That might take a while, especially if you join to make an extra income. You might not have necessarily the full income spectrum to buy everything. I sure haven't yet, but I found my niche, my things, what works for me, what I feel great taking, and that's majority of the time what I talk about. Now, if you try products and maybe they just maybe aren't for you, that's okay. You don't have to love every single thing. However, when I talk to someone, I have recommended products before that I know can help them, maybe say lose a significant amount of weight or something like that, that I personally don't take on a daily basis. But my goal is to help others, not just push what I use. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so you might want to write this down too, just some things that I thought of that you will need for this business. And I say it's an absolute necessity, is a notebook so that you can keep track of your potentials. A calendar, sorry, I couldn't think of the word, a calendar. So every potential that gives you a date to follow up with them, you are going to write them down. No ifs, ands, or buts. Calendar, you're going to want to print that Ruby chart like we talked about, or draw it out. It's super simple. You can just put your name at the top of the paper, a like 3-lined thing that has 3 boxes attached. You can draw that. And then, of course, you're going to need the products. So your business builder kit's going to come with that. But then, of course, every month you're going to want to run that auto shipment. Okay, so here is your homework. And this is going to be consistent homework, okay? So you're going to want to learn your eSuite. So when you joined and you were given 2 websites. One website is pretty much for your potentials. So customers or distributors, they basically can see all the products, they can see the retail cost, and they can see the loyal customer cost. That is a great website if you want to basically go back to and check the price difference. Maybe someone's asking what the cost is. You can use that website for that reason. Your eSuite is what we call the back office, and that is how you run your business. That's how you see your teammates, your customers, if you're commission qualified, all of the documents that you need to understand this business. So it is your responsibility. It's up to you to learn your eSuite. Your upline or myself or a teammate can definitely help you with learning more about that, but you have to ask the questions that you need to feel confident. One thing is, if you are not bugging your upline, you are not working hard enough and you're not asking enough questions, because that's what we want. That's what I did. I asked every question. I probably asked the same question 50 different ways just until I got it in my brain, and that is what it takes to succeed. Also, you are going to want to read in your eSuite. If you click Document Library, tons of documents. Pretty much if you have any question, you're going to find it in there. You're going to want to read and be up to date on the compensation plan. You might have to read it once, 2, 3 times on different days to fully grasp it, and that's okay. I did the same thing. It took me a minute. You're going to want to read that, and that is in the document library. You're also going to want to just read and research about the products that we offer. If you have conversations with people and maybe they have some health issues or they have goals and you don't know what's a good recommendation, just a little every once in a while, take 5 minutes and read up on a different product. Check out what the ingredients are. Don't waste a whole lot of time, but just get familiar with it. That's also our responsibility. Another thing that you can do is when you're reading about the products, find out what you want on your next month's auto shipment. Another thing is you want to get to where you can navigate your customer's website so that if they have questions, they know where to go to get the answers. Also, Facebook and YouTube has tons of training for you. So no matter what it is, how to go Ruby in a week, you can seriously YouTube anything and there's gonna be a video. Another thing is just ask your upline if they have any tips, tricks, videos that they recommend you watch, and I'm sure they can send you a good one. Make sure to write down that you need these apps: the ItWorks Connect app, the LiveFit app, of course, Instagram, Facebook Messenger, and the Zoom app. You can also use the website zoom.us. All right, so Everyone's asked, what do I do with my photos? How do I make them look good? Filters, this, that, and the other. I personally use an Etsy filter and I upload it to the Lightroom app. Feel free to do the same. You're gonna want also the Word Swag app, which is gonna help you create those type of photos that have words on top of the picture. Also, Unfold. Those are my favorites. There's tons more. I would not waste time researching different ones. Just do those for now and we'll get into other ones later. Okay, part of the homework that we're still talking about is complete that 100s list in your first 24 hours. And if it's past the first 24 hours, do it as soon as possible and get that list to your upline. That 100s list again is a list of 100, you can do 200, you can do more than that, of people that you know. Also, get that chart printed or traced out. And if you're a goal getter, which I'm all about that. If you are going for the stars, I love that. Get your Ruby chart printed and get your Emerald chart printed. And guys, you need 9 teammates to go Emerald. So if you're a goal getter, you can get that one printed too, and we'll go over what we do when we chart in another video. Also, homework all the time while you're new is send screenshots of conversations to your upline so they can help you reply. They can help you have that conversation that you need to have with your potentials. Also, talk to your upline every single day. If you are not hitting them up, you are not asking, like I said, enough questions. You're not working in the way that you should to find out how to run your business. They have a lot going on. They have a lot of teammates. They want to help the people that want to work. And if you're not willing to work, meaning if you're not willing to ask the questions, you're not willing to message them, FaceTime them, whatever, then they're going to be helping others. So make sure that you're the squeaky wheel, because what is it? The squeaky wheel always gets the grease. And that's absolutely what we want in this business. Also, in the Boss Babes Builder Facebook page, Boss Babes Builders Facebook page, there is a file section. And if you click that file section, you're going to come upon files that are titled different things, and feel free to look through those. Make sure that you kind of go over overcoming objections, because whenever someone replies to you and they say they don't have time to run the business, they don't have the funds to buy the products, the overcoming objections is going to help you basically get over that hurdle. Because you're not going to just say, okay, and go about your day. You're going to want to help that person, like, see how good it is, what you have to offer them. So overcoming objections is great to just have kind of like in your back pocket. All right, guys, so that's it. That was the newbie training. I tried to do it in 30 minutes or less, but I didn't quite get there. So getting back to those first goals, you're going to do your 100s list if you didn't already. You're going to for sure get your first 4 customers. You're going to set the goal for your first month to go Ruby. So give yourself a good 30 days to get to Ruby. And then every month you want to make sure that you have your auto shipment run. Okay? All right, guys, I'm so excited for you. This is your business, your baby. Now it's time to get to work.